Alright, this next comedian, he reigns from Philly. He goes by the name of James Archibald!
Thank you. I read on the internet that if you have a bad habit that you want to get rid of, the key is to find a different habit to replace it with. So, like, I used to be late to things all the time, and then I replaced that with swearing. Now I get places, I'm just like, look who's on time, yo! Bleep, bleep, bleep. Lucky I'm not early, bleep, bleep, bleep. Yeah, I think if I ever have a daughter, I'm going to want her to dress modestly and respect herself. And so I think the best way to do that is to force her to get a really embarrassing tattoo. I'm thinking something like, if you can read this, please alert my father, you know? Yeah, I run occasionally. It's crazy, when I'm out on the track, I like to think that I'm like a tank, you know? Like, I may be slow, but at least I'm heavy. I'm a tank, I'm a tank. Boy, I'm a tank. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't always so happy, my history with running. I remember when I was in high school and I first discovered the runner's high. Have you guys ever heard of the runner's high? Like, yeah, I remember I was at a party and some of my friends were like, come on, James, like, come run with us. And I was like, I don't know if I'd like it. Like, I've never done it before. And then I don't know, I was like, well, I guess a few meters won't hurt, right? And, it was okay. Pretty soon I was, running on weekends, mostly with friends, and then I started skipping school to go running, and I would run alone, and I remember talking to my parents, and they were like, James, like, what happened to you? You changed. You used to be so sedentary. And I remember some nights, like I'd be up late at night. It'd be 3 a.m. and I was like, I'm gonna run just a few more miles, and then I'm going straight to bed. And I remember hitting rock bottom, and I was just running. I stopped to puke, and I couldn't help it. I got up and kept running, and I puked again. And anyway, I realized after the intervention how lucky I was, because the health effects were reversible. And that's how I'm here today. Thank you so much. I found out, actually, like as I've been in graduate school, the way to handle peer pressure is to actually just pick your peer group carefully. So, for example, if you pick the scientific community to be your peers, they're all going to be like, come on, publish some highly technical reviewed articles. Everybody's doing it. And what's more, no one will know. Yeah. So I had swine flu a little while back, back when it was a little bit more topical, I would say, and it was crazy because I remember you hear so much about it on the news, and to finally get swine flu, it's like meeting a celebrity you see on TV, and you know what? In so many ways, the famous diseases are just like regular diseases. I mean, it's the same thing, and it was cool. Like, I was the first one I knew who had it, and pretty soon all my friends got it, and so cool. And I remember, I mean, it's cool to have the hippest disease. Like, it really is cool to have the latest disease. I remember, you see a guy who has like SARS, and you're like, what is this, 2003? And I wish you'd get with it a little bit, but yeah. So anyway, I play the bass guitar. And I have a secret. The key to performing well is to play really carefully at the beginning of the song so that you have enough star power to get through the bass solo. Because if you don't, let me tell you, the crowd is going to be like, boo! We hate it so much you have to start over. They don't make you start over all night. They will. It is terrible. They are vicious. But, Yeah, my roommates and I have been trying to save money on toilet paper, and we have a new initiative. We call it the Everyone Poop at School initiative. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's awesome. I have another joke about the bathroom, actually. Don't you hate it when you're going to wash your hands and you realize you've been wearing gloves the whole time? Yeah, it's like not very easy to relate to. It don't happen to me once, but anyway. I was actually saving my comic star power for that joke. It's my favorite one. Anyway. Sure, so I have an iPhone too, a lot like Matt, and it has this great application that plays like white noise for you as you go to sleep. It's cool, it has, you know, the ocean waves or a rainstorm or a thunderstorm, you know, whatever. And I think the craziest one is the volcanic eruption. I have not slept so well since Mount St. Helens erupted. It seems counterintuitive, but when you think about it, I mean, you know, you've got the rumbling, you know, you've got the volcanic ash that darkens the sky just the right amount, and a warm blanket of magma. I mean, what better time to sleep, really? And, I mean, even if you look in history, I mean, 1900 years ago, a volcano erupted in Pompeii, and some of those people still aren't up. Probably too soon for that, but yeah. So I think I struggle to meet strangers, you know, and to like meet girls and stuff, like in the library. I hear people do this. I did struggle, I should say, until I discovered this great technique. The key is if you see a girl in the library you want to talk to, what you do is you act like you're about to steal her laptop. I mean, I go over there and I start to unplug it and she can't take her eyes off me, you know what I'm saying? And pretty soon, like, she wants to know who I am and what I'm doing. I'm just like, this weekend, nothing. Like, we should go out. And if it doesn't work out, you get a free laptop, so there's no excuse now. Worst case scenario, Matchmaker Cop shows up, but that is the worst. I think you guys are great. This is a great audience. I'm very happy to perform here, and I think you've been laughing a lot during the show, and I feel like maybe we deserve a little break. And so I have a new segment that I have entitled "A Break from Comedy." The saddest thing that I can think of. Here it is. Yes, the saddest thing that I can think of. Don't worry, he's only sleeping. But he does have a terminal illness. No, I'm just kidding, the tests are inconclusive. But he is a victim of the soft bigotry of low expectations. Most dogs would love to read, but very few get the opportunity. Consider this. Literate humans often spend 17 years in school. Dogs live 12.8 years. Or less. The scientific community turned their back on the dogs, finding problems but no solutions. Some people say it's silly for dogs to read. They don't need to read because they can become professional athletes. But very few dogs can do this. The sad fact is that if a dog doesn't learn to read, he's likely to lead a life characterized either on the streets or a life characterized by dependence and humiliation. Run while you still can, dog. It's a sad day to be a puppy. Thank you.